Today, I'm going to be using one of my new favorite teams and probably one of the fastest teams I've ever used to quick clear in this game. So we're here doing hard campaign. I haven't done hard campaign in a minute, but I have used this team recently, right? I did some clears obviously today, right? So it has been a minute up until today. But I do like this team a lot, right? This team is a very nice team because I find A2 and this Scarlet to be similar in multiple senses. One, they both have a sword, right, in a gun game, which is fine. It's funny, actually. And two, I think these two are great AoE-based, like, clearers that don't need their burst skill to do it, if that makes sense. Like, their burst skill enhances it, but the entire time they're with AoEs, right? And I really do like this team comp. So as you see, I'm very underpowered with this team, right? Very underpowered with this team. I can get my power up much higher since I do have cores and stuff like that. I can fix up their gear a bit and all the extra stuff to make them a bit stronger. But I really do like this team, right? I think obviously A2 with the bunny girls is just a fantastic comp, and then obviously what Scarlet is doing with her AoEs every 9 attacks, right, is quite good. So once we get the first burst skill off, you're gonna see A2 has no problem. Look at her. She has no problem just clearing all the mobs that come into here. On top of what Scarlet is doing, it's such a crazy team comp. And this is definitely a team comp I think people are not really using. Right? Obviously, you're going to be using bunny girls. Of course, you're going to be using Scarlet. You're probably still going to be using Litter. But I do think having A2 on that team as well is probably, I don't want to say it's going to be like the fastest team for clearing story or anything like that, but I do think that it's a good team for it, right? For sure, right? Story has nothing but mobs, and A2 literally is meant for mobs. As you guys see, they damn near did the exact same damage AoE wise, right? So I do really like this team comp. I think it's a good team comp. You guys already know A2 is like one of the best characters, if not the best characters, for those side modes in story, which is the defense tower and also the defense tower and I guess the defense base, where the base is the one where like the enemies come in the middle, and the defense wall, I guess that's what it is, where they try to breach it, right? But you can see this team is quite crazy. A2 just deletes any mob that comes into sight. So I really do think this is a good team. As you guys know, I'm already underpowered with this team, right? We have the heals, we have Blanc for indomitability if anybody does end up dying. My Litter might die, right? If we can get this burst skill off. She won't. Okay, she definitely will now, right? But then we get Scarlet's burst skill off by the time the boss comes out. A2 is still over 40%, so she's going to be cooking, right? Mind you, A2 only needs to get her burst skill off one time. All A2 needs to do is get her burst skill off one time, and then she has her burst skill the entire time until she falls below 40%, right? Look at this, A2 and Scarlet, bro. This is like my new favorite like team for story. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really liking this. I already always like A2, right? I already loved A2 as a character when it came to clearing and stuff like that. If you have A2 and you have this team comp, I would highly recommend to use it if you're struggling with mobs and you feel like the mobs are killing you too quickly. This team is literally meant for handling mobs, right? When it comes to bosses, right, I think this team can still do good, and we're gonna see if we get to a boss in this run. I don't know if we're gonna get to a boss, because I think it's story, the boss is only the final run, but I do like what I'm seeing here, right? Look at A2, she's just going crazy. Her explosion radius is all over the charts. Her HP is always gonna be high because of, what's her name, Blanc, right? Even if her HP is low, she's gonna get indomitability and also have her max HP increase, right? And then when it comes to the second burst rotation, not only do they all have the damage taken increase, the enemies at least, but Scarlet's going to be using her burst skill, where then she's gonna pop off, right? So they're struggling with this one enemy. Let me block there because I think that was a stun, right? But now they just handle the boss. A2 goes again, Bob, literally anything. Look at her damage, bro. She's really cooking. She's really cooking, and that's to one enemy, right? If there was multiple enemies, each of them would be taking that damage. So I really do like this team, right? I do want to like kind of, I don't want to say this is a unique team, because at the end of the day, it feels like it's still one of your main teams. You're just switching out another character for A2, right? Like from Scarlet to Blanc, everybody here is like you're using them. If you're using them, let's be for real, right? Blanc, Noir, Litter, Scarlet, you're using them. A2, are you using her? Maybe some are, maybe some are not. But in story, I do find this team to be quite helpful, right? Let me see if I can get one of the, oh, right, for example, so this is one of those game modes, right? The base defense, right? Look at this team. I've never actually tried Scarlet against this mode, right? But I'm thinking Scarlet's gonna do crazy, right? I mean, I know she's gonna hit hard, but she should be able to handle this quite easily, especially with A2. It's gonna kind of be hard for them not to. So for example, A2 is gonna get her burst skill off. Okay, we got the burst skill off, and then boom. Literally any mobs that come into play should just be deleted, right? From both of them. Any mobs that come into play should be deleted from both of them, right? Bop, A2 just handles them, right? And then if there's anybody outside, Scarlet can handle them. So next burst rotation, let's go to Scarlet. You're gonna see Scarlet's just gonna 1, 2, 3, bop. 1, 2. Oh, wow! She died. She died. What the heck? Let's redo that. She just got one tap. It wasn't like she was dying, right? So hey, that was a bit weird, but hey, overall still pretty good, right? Now I know exactly what happened there, right? Usually when I'm doing story, unless it's like the final boss, I'm not really like playing, if that makes sense. Like you can see my hands are up, right? Because like this team is literally meant to do the job for you, right? The only time I'm ever really playing myself in story mode or manually doing it is if there are enemies that are just annoying to get from behind, or if I think I need a block somewhere here. I don't think so. Wait, I can't really see. Okay, my Blanc ended up dying. So there was an enemy back there. I did see that, but this team probably still won't be able to do it. I mean, we're still doing it without Blanc, which is insane, but there was a one-shotter, right? Pretty good overall. I do like it a lot, right? I do like it a lot. But like I was saying, the only time I'm ever really like controlling the mouse and actually playing myself in story is if, like I said, if there's an enemy behind me or enemies behind an object that's just very hard to hit, or if I'm fighting a boss, right? Because realistically with this team, especially A2, you don't really need to play, you know what I mean? You don't really need to play, right? So there is that. I do like this team though. I think this is my new favorite team. Realistically, I like, okay, I don't want to be that type of person, but I am the type of person who would like to, like, their favorite team or favorite character is not like the main character, right? I'm not gonna be like, oh, the main character is trash, right? In this sense, it would be like Modernia, Red Hood, those type of characters. But I definitely want, I'm definitely more of the outgoing, right? I'm definitely more of like, let me look into other teams before I decide what my favorite team is, right? And exactly in this situation, I don't think I would want to use any other team besides these characters, because I think this team is great, right? We have AoEs handled. I think when it comes to regular mobs, we should be good, especially if they have parts, right? Or at least the bosses, right? Because A2, mind you, A2 does extra damage every time she attacks an enemy with a part as well, right? She has that feature about her. A2 was such like a good character. It's so crazy to me, because when we had the near collab, everybody thought 2B, whoa, did we lose here? No way. Wow, we lost there just by a sliver. It was going up, but we lost. It got to 0 too quickly. But when we had the near collab, everybody thought that 2B was the better character. And I was like, okay, you know, on paper, it definitely looked like that. And then even after they came out, people were still saying 2B was the better character. And I was like, I don't think so. I think A2 is the better character, right? 2B is good when it comes to damage, but in long fights, right? And even still, it's like, there's other characters. There's just better options, honestly. That's what it was, right? But I found it like A2 to be so much better everywhere, right? Her being very good in mob situations, her against bosses as well. Like, she was so good that like she made your runs on the Modernia boss very difficult, right? So situations like this, right, I would just like slightly move it and redirect it, right? Because they're trying to tackle this one person here, but the obviously HP is just like, it just keeps regenerating, which is definitely more of this. Okay, so we have to go for it. I can't see my cursor. It's like a little glitch in Nikke right now. I can't see my cursor, right? We got to get rid of the healers, right? Because now they keep healing up. Okay, we should be above it. Come on. They keep healing. What is going on? Why do they keep going up? Okay, that's okay. Okay, y'all. Alrighty, I'm gonna go in there one more time, right? I'm gonna handle it how I gotta handle it, right? Like, these mobs back here are the ones that are annoying me right now, the ones with that healing back, right? Those mobs are quite annoying, right? They should have, like, I feel like they're in Nikke, they're starting to make characters like that are handling specific bosses. For example, like, there's the new mob in the game, right? It's new-ish, right? But there's a like mob in the game that like stops you from using your burst skill. I think Aid is gonna be very good against that if that does actually count as a debuff. I never really paid attention to if that specifically counted as a debuff, but yeah, you see, like right here, these healers are the problem, right? These healers are the problem. I'm not necessarily worried. You can always also get these guys behind, right? This is like also I guess, a helpful video for people who like never know what to do here, right? Those circle things that I just destroyed back there usually just stun all the enemies to help you, right? I got rid of the healers, so okay, we should be above. If we can stay above, then that'll be great. Come on. Okay, stay above, stay above, stay above. Okay, there you go. So yeah, we just did, those are like the only times where I'll really control it, as you guys seen there. Like, I'll control the situation just so that it's like, okay, boom, I can get my burst skill off. I can handle those people who the mobs that are healing, get the clear, right? But so far, as you guys see, this team really does wonders. Let me see if I can get the game mode of the other one. This one, the defense battle. I believe this is the one where the wall is there, right? Where they're like trying to breach the wall. Because the other one was called base defense, so this one has to be the wall one, right? We'll do this run, and then I'll wrap it up for you guys, right? Just want to show you guys a more fun, unique team, right? I mean, it's fun because the main DPS on this team, at least, are the slashers, right? That's what I believe, right? But here, for example, A2, once she gets her burst skill, there's really like, there's no stopping her, right? Once A2 gets her burst skill, there's no stopping her. That's what it really is, bro. She did fall below 40%, I think, right? Okay, the healers are here again, so I'm gonna go back to a thing. I just cannot see my cursor. That's the only problem. It's like a new bug or a glitch, I don't know. I have to actually press this to get it back, right? So now you guys see my cursor, right? But yeah, overall, for example, boom, look at all these mobs here. You can use this to stop them, and then bop, all gone. Let me just, whoa, let's calm down there, right? Okay, and boom. Right, but yeah, this team, very good for clearing. Very good for clearing mob situations, right? Slasher team, both of them use swords and they're AoE-based characters, right? Very, very good. I like these characters. I like these characters. I like the concept they're going with these characters. I like it, right? If you don't know, if you're newer, these things back here, they just suck all the enemies up in one place. So it's good to kind of like take advantage of some of these mobs. You're literally meant to take advantage of some of these mobs to like help you stall until the time goes up, right? Because this thing goes until the time goes up. So if I attack this, they're all gonna get stunned. They got stunned all in one place, and then boom, Scarlet, A2 do their thing. Like, look at A2 and Scarlet, right? 31 million, 38 million. They really are like the best duo. I would say it's my favorite duo, right? This is my new favorite duo. Honestly, it really is. I think this is honestly my new favorite duo in Nikke. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think, right? We've cleared really with ease, besides the one with the HP, and that wasn't because like it was difficult. We just weren't attacking the one with the HP healing. But overall, I do like the team, right? I think A2, Scarlet, very good combination, very good for clearing. Showed you guys a couple run in different situations, so if you have this team, then feel free to use it. Newer players are not going to have access to this team unless they buy a starter account with A2 on it, unfortunately. But overall, it's a great team. So you guys let me know what you think. It's your boy Zxous, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.